Hello everyone, it's splooshIRL, and this is going to be a video series I'm going to do. The name of it is undecided, but it should be something to the effect of Dota 2, my favorite hero combinations. The idea behind it is two heroes, one that I can play, one that a friend can play, in this case Dion, and how we play together in the lane and then later into the game. And so today will be the Bounty Hunter and the Keeper of the Light. Real quick, for people that maybe never played the game, it is free to play, I believe, still. I think it's still invite only. I'm not sure on that. I got an invite a long time ago, and it just seems like everybody has the game and no one paid for it. So sorry about that. I don't know the details, but if you guys are interested in this game, it's sort of a more difficult to play game than League of Legends, but still the same concept. Seems like a lot of people know about League of Legends. League of Legends was actually invented by some of the designers of Dota 1, and then some of the designers of Dota 1 went to Valve and got a payday, where other designers went and made League of Legends on their own. So anyway, enough about that, but as far as the heroes go, the Bounty Hunter can go invisible. When he attacks you from invisible, he does bonus damage. He also has that thing, second ability that every, I don't know, like 14 seconds or so, he can hit you hard. And then he throws a little shuriken, which does decent damage, single target with a pretty low cooldown. And his final ability is he can put like a mark on you, and that allows him to run faster to you. And if he kills you, he gets bonus gold, and it gives you vision. And I believe you can't go invisible while it's on you. I'm not even sure on that one, actually. No, I think you can. I'm not sure, and I think it reduces your armor a little bit, makes it easier for him to kill you. So, and then as far as Keeper of the Light, he has this crazy bomb thing he can shoot from like an entire screen distance. It does massive damage, I believe at maximum level it does about 500 damage, and he also can give himself and other people mana, which comes in handy a lot. You know, every once in a while ask for some mana. But that basically gives him the ability to pound the lane all game, the whole time, and push creep waves. His main focus is he can delay a game for a carry if needed. So you could be down 2 players and still hold off a tower push, because early game, without the creeps, you cannot really push a tower. And his super 500 damage nuke pretty much guarantees that creep wave will be gone. And if he times it right, you know, creeps spawn every 30 seconds if you stare at the clock. So you could literally be outside the last towers of the game and watch the clock and time his super bomb to hit the creeps literally the second they come out of their spawns. So it's pretty good. But also, he's a push hero, so if you're dominating, you can push super hard and wipe out creep waves. So works both ways. The lane combo is good because Bounty Hunter's an expert at getting into the right position to do good damage. He can hit you from his stealth, he can throw his little shuriken, and then do his work, while Keeper will do his work by reducing the health of the opponent. And the Keeper should be able to keep enemies off the Bounty Hunter long enough so the Bounty Hunter gets some farm. Ideally, the Bounty Hunter will be basically the carry of the game. He's not the best carry, and there's other heroes that'll do carry better, but he's good because he's effective most of the game. Sort of like I believe he's called Juggernaut in this game. Yeah, Juggernaut, aka Swiftblade in HoN. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I haven't played HoN in a year and a half, but I still sometimes feel like I like that game better. But it's a whole nother story. We got this. I think it was a Shadow Shaman was in this lane. He very quickly decided he didn't like being in this lane anymore. I don't even think he comes back anymore at this point, which is our signal to start pushing hard. It's always a good idea to take down a tower as fast as possible, because that allows you to move on to other lanes, and most heroes can't. This guy is interesting. This guy, I think he was dead no matter what, but definitely could have wounded me pretty bad if he kept running towards his base. I didn't have my ult yet. So we're watching here. We're gonna kill this tower because we killed the dude there, and the Shadow Shaman's gone. Apparently no one wants to help. We're gonna nuke these wave, so you can see how effective. I mean, I can't even imagine how much damage. He's got to be only level 5 right now. So what is that? That's 3 into his blast. So he's probably doing like 400 damage or something. So 400 damage plus, I think it's 3 plus 1 creeps, right? Yep, there's 3 plus 1, so 4 creeps. I don't know, that's a lot of damage, right? Isn't that like 1,600 damage in one blast? I skipped ahead a bit. Gonna help, because we killed the tower, we decided to go help top. Both of us can be pretty good gankers. If you noticed, when Dion's doing his blast thing, he does it out of line of sight. You'll see I have this little shield thing on me from the other guy, and that means I can do damage. And so I just stayed invisible. They didn't know I was there, and then they started to figure it out, and it took them too long. And boom, nice little gank, and more experience for my carrying potential. But yeah, you can do some ganking too with the Keeper. Keeper's rarely going to be a finisher, but he starts sort of an initiation in a way, and Bounty Hunter takes advantage of it. So they're down a hero, and I want to push. I decided for phase boots because a lot of Bounty Hunter is chasing, and a lot of his early abilities, for example, coming out of Invis, you only get 1 hit on that, and then the second ability, you get the 1 hit every once in a while. So having early quick damage is more effective than attack speed. A lot of times when you're chasing people, you don't realize how little you're hitting as melee. Not until like level 20 or something are you going to notice yourself attacking super fast and killing people. So early game, you're optimizing the Bounty Hunter with these phase boots. This Naga really is a problem for me. Naga's net keeps me from going invisible, and once I'm net, it's just kind of a combo of death. I don't really go for hit points at all in this game. I can't say I know why I chose that. And here we go. The team comes and helps me out. Whew, man. I think he gets away. Damn it. But look at that. I just went from completely useless with no mana to having full mana again. And now I can help. Oh, man. Yeah, I think Naga dies here. Now I'm invisible, waiting for the jump, and then the nuke. Bam. I think I didn't even get my nuke. Yeah, I didn't get my nuke off. I'll throw it here. That was good range. I feel like the range on that nuke is better in this game than it was in Dota 1. I don't even think Bounty Hunter existed in HoN. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. So this guy's totally dead. He's not getting anywhere. Look at just. I didn't have mana for my shuriken, but I could ult and go invisible a couple more times, and all that's because of Keeper of the Light. So pretty good stuff. A little bit of rage from the pink guy there. But as much as I think these guys lost, they do win team fights, and I get ganked a bunch. I edited out at this point one gank where I attacked Naga and then he got some help. Not that really, I'm trying to hide anything because that's what I'm telling you about now, but just these things can go on. This ended up being, I think, a 35-minute game, and being able to chop off that 15 minutes makes this video, it goes from action-packed, if you cut it down, to just a bit too boring. Think about what you could be doing in life with those 15 minutes, Hopefully you're enjoying this. I think it's pretty cool. Any suggestions too? I am not an expert. I have played a lot of Dota 1, a lot of Heroes of New Earth, a little League of Legends, and respectable amount of this game. I wouldn't exactly. There's most of the heroes in this game I've never even played yet, and a lot of the heroes I pick is just because of nostalgia. Like, oh man, here's the theory there. It sucks that I died. I probably would have died anyway, but the theory was I'd use my phase boots, run through the creeps, which worked because I got huge distance on Naga, but then walked right into the multicast or whatever garbage. So it stinks to be me. Pretty sure they're using some form of dust on me too. I keep thinking it's the Naga ult, but that doesn't really make sense because no one's falling asleep. So they look very similar. I feel like Naga's ult has been altered. Really, Naga has been altered in this game in general because Naga used to have crit instead of that weird blast thing. I think they nerfed Naga's carrying ability a little bit, but they buffed her presence in the game early. That's good for her. But her siren thing seems different. It seems like it can be dragged around with her, and it's kind of being cast the entire time she's using it, where in the old Naga I remember, it's a one and done. You click it, whatever's around falls asleep, and that's the end of it. Oh well. Let's see here, we're reaching about the halfway point of this game. I'm going to try to talk about strategy a bit. Unfortunately, my ganking made us lose a tower. I think because I forgot now, but I'm pretty sure my keeper buddy there was already stuck mid, so he couldn't come in. And keeper has no disables or anything, which is probably his biggest weakness. But here he's going to do his best work to keep them off of mid. He's in a pretty decent position now to out of line of sight. At this early in the game, there's not going to be a ward up there. And warding is super important. I think I even make a point of showing that warding saves my life later in this video. Now you notice my approach. I don't want to attack Ogre. His hit points are too high. He'll stun me, and then the other people have a chance to get away. Can't really do much here. Everyone's falling asleep. But now I got these stragglers here. See, so not only my positioning was set up to gank, you know, maybe the runner or whatever, but it was also to pick off or catch the stragglers, the supports or the weak carries. And that's the thing too, I don't have to just go for supports. If that was a void, which he might have blinked and got away, but still, if that was a void, he wasn't paying attention, he was looking at the actual fight, I could have taken him down pretty severely. Or at least reduced his presence. Not a Riki because he would have been invisible. What other carries are there? Could probably ambush a, I don't know, like an anti-mage pretty good. Something like that. There was quite some drama over people not being able to see that Ogre hiding, but we pulled it off. To be quite honest with you, I'm not even sure how we saw him. I think someone brought the courier over or whatever. You can rewind and check it out. It was a nice little trick though. I think looking at the characters in this game right now, we got that flying Spectre guy. He's got pretty much no disables other than that little remove from the game motion. No disables for me. Yeah, this team has basically no disables other than that Crystal Maiden. That's an interesting fact. I think the squishiness of the other team saved us. That is one thing. I'm probably going to do a few more videos with the Keeper in it, because there is a lot of combinations for Keeper. It's actually a pretty fun little hero, and Dion, they're sort of obsessed with him, so rather than try to get him to play a different hero, I just try to work around it. And it's entertaining for me. But, yeah, I don't want to give any hints, but stay tuned. I actually had a few really amazing videos from yesterday, but I reinstalled my sound drivers, and apparently DxTory didn't catch on, so there was no audio in any of the games. In retrospect, I'm probably going to keep the audio pretty low in this, so maybe I shouldn't have deleted, but whatever, there's always a chance for another time. So here we go. I got killed by being dumb and staying too close to the tower in the front of everyone. I think I, in my head, built myself up to be a little more powerful than I actually am, because I was so easily able to gank those people. But now we got Keeper, who's going to try to hold off an onslaught. 3 versus 5 is not a good circumstance. I think actually, look at this. See, there's already that pink guy in the top lane, so they already bailed out. They just decided they can't do it, which is pretty funny. I mean, it would have been worth the effort, but now here we go. This poor guy, he's probably dead. And look at that, I got that shield on me again. So I'm going to take advantage of that a little bit. This is when I come out of... Oh, actually, take it back. My extra speed doesn't come from the stealth. Usually in these kind of games, running stealth makes you run faster, but not with Bounty Hunter. It doesn't. It's actually, they gave his stealth to like a snare. I gotta watch out for Ogre. He wants me dead. I think it. Yeah, it's my invisibility is a snare, bonus damage, and a duration thing, but nothing for movement speed. So it was interesting to me that I was able to keep up with that guy so easily. Oh, and I jumped up and took this farm up here that was down to our tower, and I just wanted to show how that has some serious dedication when you think about it, because they went from their base all the way through their forest, 3 of them, and there was even a 4th pink guy there just to take me down. And then they get this tower because their Shadow Shaman ward ability is so good for towers. It's almost guaranteed tower. Almost a waste, I think, there. Because I bet you that tower was down to at least 50%. But then they chicken out on this tower knowing that Keeper of the Light will be able to scare them off. So flash forward to me doing some neutral creeping. With the items I have, and even less, you can neutral creep very solidly with the Bounty Hunter. Now, this is sort of the same tactic I used earlier. We have our Darkseer got picked off. I get hit asleep. They probably can see me from the courier coming through. And for some reason, though, this guy, maybe he didn't see. I decide rather than auto-attacking and doing a double attack just to throw the shuriken for the guaranteed quicker kill. Maybe a questionable decision, but I didn't want him to do that thing where he can keep himself alive for like 4 seconds, which would have just delayed my killing of everyone else, and he could have done more to me that I don't like. So that was my thinking. You can see this guy is getting pulverized. It's interesting how my strikes seem to almost have a little bit of range on them. I wasn't really on him when I did my last attacks. Now I'm given extra mana, and of course, whenever you kill people 3 or down, your instinct is to push, 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 so that's the goal. Why I get Lincolns? Lincolns. I like Lincolns against Ogre because you could literally go from taking 1,000 damage and being stunned to nothing, and the cooldowns aren't the same, but they're sort of similar. Let's see, I forget what else it is. Oh, the net. I don't like the net. I'll take a net being not cast on me, and that net goes through magic immunity. So we ran away, and that we weren't going to get that tower. It's still up, as you can see. So we cut forward. We decided to go mid after some weird baiting at Roshan, and then we got lucky and picked these guys off, which, you know, 2 people down. This has got to be a guaranteed tower now. You can see I'm going for the Monkey King bar. Oh, that siren is just obnoxious. I'm not so sure, though, if that's the greatest use of your ult. Might have saved that other guy's life, though. Monkey King bar, reasoning behind that. I like the idea of the mini stun, a little more attack speed. I don't know what else I could have gone for that would have made things better. Monkey King bar is actually a lot of damage. I can't even think of right now what would be more damage than that. Maybe doing the armor reduction. I think the only thing that stinks about that armor reduction, that Desolator, is it takes, I don't know if this is still true, but I think it takes an, you know, orb effects don't stack in this game. So I'd love to hear if anyone can give me info on that one. Ooh. I love that little combo of boom, 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 and then the shuriken. Oh, that was a great finish by our keeper. Decent ability. You can cancel that at any time, so he can hit you, and it has a lot of range, so it's a pretty decent weapon for chasing. You know, even if you hit someone for like 200, that's pretty good, and that's, I think it only takes him like a second to charge 200 damage. Very low cooldown. So we end up taking the racks, which isn't a surprise with that amount of people going down. Oh, look at that, we're almost done. I thought this would feel longer than it has. So it's a little risky for me to scout, but it's paying off. And now, boom. Oh, I'm just so much farm now, because now you can see I have my Monkey King. I've even got the Yasha, I think it's called. I always forget the names of these things. Play these games with so many different versions of it, and then items start to get crazy. This guy's not using his illusions. Look how much damage they do. I mean, they started in right there, but I've heard people say that the Dro's like one of the worst, like second worst character in the game. And that guy got away, so I run down, get my farm. Oh, and you see how I got the lifesteal? See, that's why I didn't get Desolator. I feel like I like lifesteal on carries. I mean, look at my health. It makes a difference. I don't have to go back to town instead of making all this money. It's sort of a Desolator is sort of one of those things where it's a great first item. I think Desolator might be the highest DPS in the game. So if you get it from now here, they went to gank a dude, and then this one guy for some reason felt safe, or at least a little safe. Maybe he had wards or something, didn't see me coming in, which is could have happened. Could have had a ward even like right here. But that decision just, you know, that's why you never cross the river, unless you're guaranteed sure you're gonna kill something. Now, this might have been a newbie move too, getting the S and Y. I don't know if the orbs stack in this game, but I do know that normally lifesteal is considered newbie, but I feel like the rule is lifesteal late game is okay on a lot of carries, and Desolator early is a good idea. So I could have got Desolator as first item, and it would have been huge DPS. It's like the highest DPS item. However, I didn't. I went with more survivability, and it's kind of goofiness. He actually put his own tower to sleep, I guess. Or we just can't be attacked. I don't know how that works. I went for survivability. I didn't go for Desolator, so it doesn't make sense too much to get Desolators that late after already getting Monkey King and all that. I feel like Monkey King is not a lot different than Desolator. There's a little difference, but it's not huge. And it makes sense, the synergy between attack speed and lifesteal. So I think I did a decent job with items there. The S and Y was questionable, but I felt like more movement speeds. This game's over. If you're enjoying this, hit the like on the video. Put in requests or suggestions for heroes you like to play with and what combination you enjoy. I feel like this combination worked throughout the entire game. Not saying it's the best combination in the game. In fact, if you're watching this expecting to learn the best combinations in the game, you're probably the wrong place. I'll try to have some fun ones too. I think this was a fun one actually. I don't think Bounty Hunter or any of these things are top tier. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I had a positive score.